but also the lowest magazine capacity with the Vortec there. It's basically, if you hit all those shots, you're going to hit them quickly, and they'll kill an ESF real quickly. But if you miss, then you've missed a lot of high damage shots, so it's less forgiving.
We actually we missed the first fight. It looks like XL and Epsilon are going at it. Reverse Scythe wins. Damn, I didn't even see them go up.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get a better view on this so I can see them go up. So XL wins his round. Is this the name? EdXL Test from Flux, I guess.
Yeah, names aren't showing up for me for some reason. So
yeah, you have to get it like perfectly right in the center of the animation of the character. So it was EdXL versus Eclipson, and then next I think it's gonna be Kalo versus Misa. VS versus a Scythe versus another Scythe versus a Reaver. Yeah, it's hard to get the names for these guys. Okay, there he is. He's landing. Okay, here comes Kalo and Kalo VS, Misa and C. So basically, they're gonna pass by each other, and as soon as they pass by each other, they turn around, start fighting.
Yep. It's interesting to see what they do
as soon as
they pass each other.
Yeah, once they pass each other.
Most pilots, they generally just pass each other and turn instantly. I personally like to, after I pass, I'll use like half my afterburners and get distance and kind of just get that range on them and then see what they do from there. I don't see many people do anything like that. They usually go with something simple.
Yeah, I noticed whenever I pass somebody, if I did a reverse maneuver right away, actually these guys are super quick on the reverse maneuver. It looks like Misa turned pretty quickly, which might mean that he might be using hover for that quick break. It's pretty even. Kalo's just reversing.
The Scythe has the well, now they're kind of on even ground. What you might see most pilots trying to do is get underneath the other pilot, because when you're aiming up, your thrusters will more easily stay in your vertical thrust mode, and if the other guy has to look straight down, his thrusters are going to go in horizontal mode more quickly. And
he's in trouble. That's it. I don't even think I ever saw the Scythe smoking. Yeah, he fire suppressed, but I don't think the Scythe ever got into smoking.
Yeah, so the Reaver's down.
I know when I pass somebody, I mean I'm pretty shitty in the air, but when I pass somebody, I always notice if I did the reverse maneuver right away, because I'm so slow that it was pretty much me guaranteed to die. So I just do what you do now. I'll have to burn straight up or straight down and try and get some advantage as far as distance and height or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely a preference thing. In the Mosquito, though, I think it's a little more beneficial just because
we're faster.
The Mosquito's worse in the close-up with the rotaries than the Reaver or the Scythe, just statistically speaking.
Yeah.
It has a little more impact at range, so that's why I kind of like to play at range a little more.
Okay, next up is Carrion and Laz. Carrion's going to be the first Mosquito of the tournament, so we have to see how he does.
It'll be interesting to see it.
I wonder what frame they're using. I wish I could tell. I got to click. I think that's him, though. No, it's Kasaka. That's not him.
I'm assuming most pilots are going to go with hover, if not racer. But just because it's a very set setting, it's probably going to be with hover. Dogfighting's not the biggest thing. Most people don't really like it for a one-on-one situation.
Actually, they might have gone with somebody else. It's not the TR.
I see a Scythe in the air right now.
It might be a Nethwall and Maddie. I wonder if it's Maddie.
Maddie's on his Vanu, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep, it's Maddie versus Nethwall. This should be good. I'm rooting for Maddie.
All right.
Ooh, they turned equally. They did the exact same turn to each other. Both the down 180. Maddie, he probably got his full clip on him because Nethwall smoking already.
Yep.
I'm thinking Maddie's gonna take this. Those sides just seem so under control when they hover and when they turn.
Yeah.
They're a very stable platform.
Maddie did good of keeping the lower altitude with that whole fight. The Reaver eventually got to the ground there, but didn't return enough shots.
Yeah, I think Maddie was very confident because he didn't do any of the dodging or anything. He just pretty much floated straight down and kept shooting.
Yep.
There's no way I would last in this tournament.
I don't know, you could surprise yourself. I mean, I didn't think I'd last week, and I got to 3rd place on Monday. So.
Who won it last week?
Javers won. Zaps on Watterson.
Oh, okay.
The way the tournament ran, though, I didn't actually get to fight him. It came down to 3 people in the end, and I just won 3rd place, or lost for 3rd place, I guess. So I never actually got to fight Javers, but Javers won, Ginger was 2nd place, and I was 3rd place.
Can I get a volunteer from chat to moderate the chat, since I'm not really watching it? Any volunteers to moderate in chat? That'd be appreciated. I don't see anybody coming up again. It should be either kidRiot and Laz or Dead, Doodle Flake, and Drzinko. I want to see Drzinko fly too. I actually have my money on Drzinko and Maddie. Well, in the semifinal, they won't be in the final because of the way the brackets are set up.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I missed the fight. Damn. This is kidRiot versus Laz. Laz is the mosquito. They're both smoking though. Actually, no, they're not. Only Laz is smoking. He's in a bad position.
Yeah, the site's totally got positioning on him right now.
Oh, he just rammed him. That was smart. Oh.
Ooh, I wonder if that's going to count against them or not.
Yeah.
Look intentional. They
said no ramming, right?
Yeah, ramming it goes against the person who did the ramming, initiated it. It was a little hard to tell in that case. It did look unintentional, so.
Yeah, it looked unintentional because the mosquito was up in his grill the whole time.
Yeah. The scythe had the better positioning on him, but the scythe was also basically in hover mode the whole time.
This is Drzinko, and for Navanu, and it'll be Doodle Flake for the TR and the mosquito. Safe money is on Drzinko. I don't know who Doodle Flake is, but I'd put money on Drzinko.
I've not seen either of these two pilots fight before, so
yeah. Well,
interesting to see how
I fought against Drzinko a lot. He used to pretty much live in an ESF and live for the first few months of Planet 2. He's in Future Crew. Really good pilot. Really good, actually, vehicle guy. Pretty much, he's good a pilot for any vehicle, air or land. Here we go, Drzinko versus Doodle Flake. They're gonna hover around the same height, and then once they pass each other, it's on. I actually do this.
Looks like they're not at the same altitude yet.
No, they're leveling out, I think. Doodle has to come down a little bit. It's between 400 to 600 meters. There they go. Oh, about even on the turn. About even. I'd say that they turned about equally.
Yeah, they both kept level altitude.
Yeah, this is more
Mosquito's kind of taking the higher ground here.
Yeah, it's more of a mid-range fight, I think, that we've seen so far. But they're getting a little closer to each other. I wonder if Drzinko is closing the gap because, like you said, mosquitoes are worse at close range, or if he's just doing it because that's just the way the fight's turning out.
It could be just how it's turning out. Right now, I'm looking to have the scythes flying. I think he's actually trying to keep some range.
Yeah.
The scythe hailstorm is actually probably better at range than the other two nose guns.
I think in all of these fights that we've had against the VS or TR and NC, none of the scythes have been taken down to smoking, to flames or anything.
Yeah, the scythes are kind of dominating right now.
So next up will be Overkill Gaming VS versus the People's Penguin TR. So another scythe and mosquito. Here we go.
What I'd expect to be seeing with the scythes for the rest of the tournament is them trying to get a long-range fight going, using the hailstorm to advantage as well as the slim head-on profile of the scythe.
Yeah. Does the hailstorm have a longer minimum damage distance than the other rotaries?
I'm not sure on the exact stats. I think it's the same, but it's got more damage than the M18 rotary on the Mosquito, and also it has less bullet drop so it's just a little easier to hit at range.
So these pilots, I mean, as far as maneuverability, they're all turning about equal. I think it might be because none of them are using dogfighting.
Yeah, when you're in this one-on-one kind of situation, you're not really taxed for extreme maneuvers. You've only got one target, and for the most part, you know where he is the entire time. Because I've only seen a couple of these guys using their fuel, their afterburner fuel, more than once or twice. So
I think the sides are like 4-0 right now, 5-0 the sides.
Yeah. Overall, the fights have been a little slow-paced in terms of, you know, how fast the ESFs can go. They're not really using their fuel. The sides are really capitalizing on their range. Alright, I'm seeing a Reaver and a Scythe up next.
Mm-hmm. It's Ginger for NC and Jar Code versus VS.
Ooh, Ginger and Jar Code.
Do you know these guys?
Code. Yeah, I fought Jar Code and Ginger in the last tournament. Jar Code used air-to-air missiles against me, and I beat him. And Ginger and I were in the we fought for the 2nd and 3rd place, and Ginger beat me then.
Oh, okay, so it should be a really good fight. I'm hoping the Reaver does some work, because we haven't seen any non-size events yet. Keep it interesting. Trying to keep a good angle with these guys. They bounce around so much, it's hard to actually track them with the observer cam.
Yeah, the Scythe is smoking.
Yep, he is smoking, and the Reaver's actually keeping his range, which is going kind of against what you said about maybe getting close with the Scythe and trying to get the profile, you know, a wider profile to shoot at. But I guess he's confident in his aim.
Scythe is doing a better job at the lower altitude, but it's not helping him. Ginger's hitting more shots.
Yeah, he's probably more confident in his aim. They're both smoking now.
Reaver's on fire now.
Yep. I think Reaver's coming in close. I don't know what the minimum damage the thing is, or the maximum damage, the distance. I don't really know what it is, but I know that if the Reaver gets any closer, the damage on the Vortex is pretty astounding.
Yeah, it can easily kill any ESF in like 2/3 of its magazine, and since it's got such a small magazine, that fires pretty quickly.
Reaver's definitely on fire. Yep, he's gonna have to do a move quick.
I have not seen a fire.
Oh, there he goes. He fire suppression.
Back on fire though.
He's keeping the distance. Is it working for him? It worked at the start, but I think the Scythe just stabilized. Probably his nerves got to him. So
yeah, he's trying to buy some time behind the tower here.
Yeah, but he's on fire, so it's not gonna. There he goes.
Scythe
he's done.
is charging him.
He's done. You would think that when you're on fire, you would just go all out 100% aggressive, though. Just try and take him out before you die. Get the win.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I think Ginger might run out of ammo.
Oh.
That's one of the drawbacks of Vortex is it's got a really low ammo capacity. And one of the rules is before the fight you can agree if you run out of ammo to do a rematch. So I did not see the Reaver go down. Did you?
Yeah, he exploded.
So that might be a rematch in the future.
So that
was one of the better fights so far, though.
Yeah, we have Field NC and then Shane Walsh for VS. I'll try and follow the Reaver as best I can because they're the underdogs here. Clearly the underdogs.
Yep.
Get some good shots off.
Going.
Yeah, it looked like he just he's not reloading until his ammo's completely out because he shot, paused, and then shot again. Too fast for a reload. He's got the advantage, but they're both smoking actually. That's it.
Oh, and the Scythe hits the ground. Ooh.
There we go.
Pay attention to your altimeter.
It's the first Reaver in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds to advance. The first non-Scythe. So heads off to Field NC. I'm not sure what outfit he's from. Next up, I believe, is Sato TR and CR Amson for VS.
Alright, I got to root for the TR on this one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm always loyal.
You know, I'm just rooting for the non-sites, man, because I want to see a mixed finals, or a mixed semifinals at least. So these guys, I mean, as far as maneuverability, a lot of these guys are pretty equal. It really just comes down to the aiming, I think.
Yeah, like I said, it just comes down to the fact that they're in a one-on-one. You know where your target is, and that he's the only target. You don't have to worry about everything else around you, except the ground, obviously. But when you've only got one target to focus on, you know, fancy maneuvers aren't going to really help you much, so you don't concentrate on them as much. It's just about getting those shots.
So the Mosquito got some early shots before the Scythe did. Dude, they're bumping heads right there.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. You could one-clip somebody pretty quick.
Yeah, they both came out smoking. Scythe has completely lost track of the Mosquito. That's going to cost him.
That's it? That little flip that he did at the end got him some position on the guy, and the Scythe just didn't react. He hovered still in the same spot.
Yeah, that was a very good little split S reverse there. Got him position, and I think it looked like it gave him like the underside of the Scythe, and
yeah,
while the Scythe has the good thin head-on profile, it's easy as hell to hit from anywhere else. So
I think the Scythe was thinking that he could take him out with one clip, so why move? But he should have just kept moving, man. In PlanetSide 2, you got to move to live. So now we have Daniel TR and straight dumping for VS, another future crew pilot.
I have not seen the future crew pilot fly before. I remember Daniel though from when I did Roundtable, which was another ESF tournament like this. Daniel's pretty good, so this could be a pretty good fight.
He's got a cool camo on him. It's like the Tiger Strap, I think it is. A lot of these new camos are pretty excellent. They blow away the old camos, man.
Yeah, I do like the Player Studio camos. The guys who make these do pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they're just hovering.
They weren't restricted.
This is like a knockout fight. Ooh, with rocket pods. So straight dumping took some damage. I'm not sure if Daniel took any damage from the rocket pods, but these guys are just straight up not even moving. They're just shooting at each other. It's a straight out slugfest.
Yeah, since he's got the rocket pods, he's actually gonna try to stay in close for those to be effective. And those things can be deadly. You get just 4 or 5 hits with those, and they can take a lot more health away than the other pilots prepared for. Looks like
that's it.
Is on a fake black smoke.
Ooh, but straight takes the round. They were pretty much just like it's like two heavyweights slugging each other out. You know what I mean? They just did not care about moving. Now the name Bannock is familiar to me, but I'm not sure why. But I've heard the name before, and then we have Red Llama for TR coming up next.
Yeah, I've heard it before, but I don't know from where.
Here's Bannock. Here comes his opponent, Red Llama.
Get another quick turn, both engaging at close range. Now they've kind of moved it out to a more medium range engagement. This is probably just beyond the minimum damage range for each of the rotors.
Yeah, but they're closing in pretty quick. I think Red Llama's getting frustrated because he's missing a lot, it looks like.
Yeah, they're closing in now. Not seeing many hits for either of them.
It looks like they're both missing a lot, actually.
Yeah.
This is a much different fight than the one we just previously saw. The previous fight was just, they didn't care. They just stood still and shot at each other. These guys moving around pretty good.
Yeah, when you take the time to maneuver, you make it harder for the other guy to hit you, but just as hard for you to hit him.
Yeah. And it looks like they're... Oh, there goes the Mosquito. Probably got a good group of rounds into the Mosquito, so he's smoking now.
Yep.
Both smoking. They're closing in. It's going to be dangerous. I think they're running out of ammo, so they're getting desperate. Let's see what they do. I don't know if they're going to keep at the range because, I mean, they're going to run out of ammo before they kill anybody. So what happens if they do run out of ammo? Do they just restart the fight, or is it a rematch, or what happens?
You have to, the two pilots have to agree on a rematch beforehand if one of them runs out of ammo. So if they didn't, then you just got to keep going or find some way to go get ammo.
There we go. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about a rematch.
It looks like the Mosquito was able to let his nanites kick in a bit there because he was off smoking for a bit, and then allowed him a few extra shots to take out.
Yeah, he's not smoking anymore, so he enabled his fire suppression right at the end when we needed it the most, actually.
Yeah. Generally, nanites isn't going to help you too much in a one-on-one situation like that, but if you do manage to avoid taking any damage for about 10 seconds, it can repair, you know, anywhere from 10 to 25% of your damage, and that's extremely helpful.
Do you think Bannock was missing that much, though? I mean, 10 seconds is an eternity, right?
It can be, yeah. That's why, like, it doesn't happen often, but it's totally doable.
So now we have Frou-Frou for the VS and Blackwind for the NC. I've heard of Blackwind before. I think he's Matheson. I want to say, what outfit would that be? Black Arrows, maybe? Backs? Sounds familiar? I'm not sure.
I think so. My game also crashed, so I'll be back in a second, but I'm watching your stream, so I can still see it all.
Okay. The Scythe looks way more maneuverable than the Reaver, man. The Reaver's like the tank of the skies, basically.
Yeah.
High hitting, you know. I mean, the appearances can be deceiving, but just the pilot for this Scythe right here, Frou-Frou's a little more dodgy. Oh, that Reaver guy turned his ass on him. Oh shit! I don't know what happens there. I don't think that was intentional.
Oh. I don't know who to rule that on. I'd probably say the Reaver if they rule that intentional.
Yeah. Well, because the Reaver, he was almost pointed straight up vertically, and he was twisting and turning, trying to get an angle on the Scythe, and the Scythe probably just stood still to take advantage of the Reaver coming in at him, and they just rammed each other. But they were both in flames. It was a desperate move by the Reaver, but the Scythe, if he had just backed off a little bit and not been so greedy, could have taken him out, I think. Because the Reaver was completely exposed to him, wasn't even shooting back. Let's see who's up next. Chu-Wei, Evil Vitamin. Chu-Wei / Evil Vitamin versus CEU Go Boom. So another, I don't know what they might be ruling on that in that match. I don't see any Scythes or anything going up, but it should be a Scythe versus another Mosquito. Okay, here we go.
Should be pretty close to the end of the first.
Yeah, there's only 3 more rounds. 3 more rounds. Chu-Wei is right here, and Go Boom should be coming up pretty soon. So 3 more rounds, and we're done. Or 3 more matches, and we're done with the first round. Actually, technically the second round. Then we'll be going down into the 3rd round. As soon as they update the brackets, I'll let you know who's in. I actually didn't keep track. I can't edit it anyway. So we're waiting on Chu-Wei's opponent, which should be Go Boom, but I don't see anybody coming up. It might be a forfeit. I'm not sure what the ruling is on how long they can wait before the match starts. But we've got a lot of matches to go, man.
Yeah, we got quite a few left. I think if it's the fault of someone for not being ready, then they'll rule it against them.
Yeah, I would too. You can only wait like what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, because there's just so many matches.
Generally, they'll allow people, you know, practice on the side if they're not up, but there's a lot of planes here, a lot of people, and I don't think anyone's willing to take the risk of being late to their fight.
Yeah.
I have not seen anybody on the side.
I think it looks like it's a forfeit. Chu-Wei's descending. Yep, it's a forfeit. So now we have Bequ, who some consider the favorite to win the entire tournament in a Scythe, going up against Mountain Drew from TR and a Mosquito, obviously. So I'm actually going to follow Bequ. I'm curious to see what he's got. He's got his pimped out Scythe.
As well. I want to see how Mountain Drew does. He's been flying up with us in Nuck a little bit.
Who has
Mountain Drew.
Oh, okay. You can see Bequ's hit points only because on VS. He looks to be full.
I haven't seen any hits on either of them really.
Yeah, Bequ is full. they're trying to match each other for height and speed, and in doing so, they've dropped pretty low to the ground. But the mosquito's smoking, and I don't think the Bequ's taking any damage so far. No, he's a little over 3/4 full.
Yeah,
oh, that mosquito's getting desperate. He just got his.
Yep.
I mean, it paid off, but he's smoking so much he's gonna start to descend. There he goes.
It was a pretty good gambit, but he just had too little health.
I wonder if when he charged, if he had his full rotary available to him, his full magazine, or if he was reloading, because it looked like he was reloading for some reason.
Yeah, it did look like he was reloading. Yeah, if you're gonna make some sort of desperate charge attack like that, you definitely want
your full clip
mag ready.
Yeah.
Because when you're up that close, that's your one chance to do it. I had that succeed for me in the tournament last week, and I had it fail for me, and that's how I lost and got 3rd place. So it's a high risk, high reward situation.
Yeah. So we have MP K-Stroff for the Vanu and Juggernaut for TR. I don't recognize the name, so we have to see how this goes.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, I lost him. Okay, here we go. So we're looking at MPK Stroff, I believe. Yeah, MPK Stroff versus Juggernaut. We're gonna get out some scythe on scythe rounds in the next round, so it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, we had a lot of mosquito versus mosquito last week, so I'd like to see some sides go up against each other for once. Too few reavers too, I think, seeing the reavers going up against each other.
This might be a forfeit. I don't see Juggernaut. So it looks like Stroff is going to get a free pass to round 3. So we've had 2 forfeits. Unfortunately, they both came from TR. We'd like to see some more mosquitoes in this tournament. Or reavers, either or.
I'd like to see some reavers and mosquitoes fighting. We're seeing sites pretty much every time.
Yeah, sites have completely dominated the tournament, except for maybe 2 or 3 times in the entirety of round 1 and 2.
I don't know. Have we even had a TR NC yet? I don't think we have.
No, we haven't.
Nope.
I think they actually did it out pretty well, where they balanced all the TR and NC versus sites because there are just so many sites.
Yeah.
There's a TR over there, but I don't know who that is. Oh, there's Juggernaut. He's coming up right now. Actually, no. Here goes the fight. Right under me, man. That's the problem. Sometimes you just miss things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is CU go boom. So basically, I guess he didn't forfeit last match. He might have been changing the brackets. Because CU was supposed to go against Chu Wei, or Wei, but now he's going up against Stroff. Actually, no, this is the fight. I guess they didn't forfeit the last match. They let him come back. So this is the last match that was supposed to happen. Chu Wei against
yeah, looks like it.
Woo! And he hit the ground. I don't know if he planned for that one.
Yeah, gotta pay attention.
Yep.
You only have one other enemy than the other pilot, and that's the ground. So far, we've seen it take 2 pilots. So
I don't know how I feel about that one, but a non-scythe event, so I'm happy. A little more diversity in the matchups to come. So now this is Stroff versus Juggernaut. So I just saw Jugs on test, which was Juggernaut's name. Let me get up there and catch up to him. Now it's pretty interesting what they do when they pass. Some go down, some go up. Some just turn in place like Jugs just did. And that scythe is opted to just go away, essentially.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen someone do that. And like I said, that's what I prefer to do in this dueling situation. Everyone kind of expects you to just turn around like that. So
yeah,
do something different, do something crazy. It may not seem like much, but that starting maneuver can put you in a good position or a bad position.
Yeah.
I think it didn't seem to affect it too much here.
No, I think it got caught the mosquito off guard a little bit because he shot a couple of times and he's like, oh wait, I should rethink that, save ammo. Now that the scythe is shooting a little more often, which I don't know if that's good or bad because I don't know if he's actually getting hits. But he seems to be shooting, wasting one. I don't want to say wasting more ammo, but using more ammo.
Yeah, I think he's overshooting a little bit too much. He's definitely gone through more ammo.
He might be, and he's not holding it down. He's burst firing. You can tell because it's like tap 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 tap.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
mean, that's good for the scythe at range if you can hit, but he's not hitting right now. So
no, they're way too far away. I mean, how much damage are they doing at that range?
Not much. The minimum drop off is, you know, below 200 meters for all three rotaries, and I'm assuming most of these guys are using rotaries. So
oh shit! I crashed.
I crashed. Okay.
Yeah.
I just got back in, so I'm not streaming it, but I'll watch the fight. They're still going at it.
There.
Mosquito's at about 2/3 health remaining. The scythe's smoking right about now. He just fire suppressed.
Did they close range? Or are they still at that far
They're
range?
very close range now, almost at the ground, and scythe is down.
Damn.
I can't tell if he crashed there. The scythe was real close to the ground when he did that, but he was on fire as well, so he might have just gotten shot as he was close to the ground.
I think he was overeager. It seemed like he was overeager, maybe a little nervous. Because that would explain why he was shooting at like 5 million meters for no reason at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to actually constantly be shooting at your opponent because it makes him move in ways that he might not want to. But at that range, you could take a couple of those hits and not really worry about it.
Next fight hasn't quite started yet. I'm going to try to take a look and see who it is.
Yeah.
I see a scythe in the air. It's Stroff.
Okay, that's the last one of the round 2 then.
That is? Okay.
And Juggernaut?
And Juggernaut, yeah.
Okay, so the people who just fought was Avamits from VS and Tribal Tattoo from TR. So now it's Stroff and Juggernaut. I misread the brackets. Come on, Matt.
They haven't passed and started yet, so you might be able to make it back in time.
Yeah, the camera goes super fast when you want it to, so I'm here already. Are they up in the air?
Yeah, they're both up in the air.
I'm looking for him. Okay, I see him. Oh, they're starting a pretty good distance apart. Here they go. Here's a pass.
Looks like they're starting. Yep.
They're out there for super close range. Wow, it's very aggressive
Very
on both
close,
sides.
Yeah. Mosquito's already smoking. Very good first pass by the scythe.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Mosquito, man. I don't think he's landed any hits. No, he hasn't landed anything. Barely anything.
No.
He's scratched the scythe.
Yeah, he had a really
That's
good
it.
opportunity at the beginning there, but I think he missed his shots. He's already fire suppressed. He's still up. He's on fire though. He's not going to last long.
Yeah, he's lasting longer than I thought he goes.
And he's down.
He lasted longer than I thought he would.
Yeah, it lasted longer on fire than he did any other.
There's a non-bracketed fight here. Just two puppies going at it. They're like, I won into the tournament. Look at me fly. Those guys fly like me though. They're pretty bad. You could tell. Look at that. Yeah, Bottle. Bequ, he went through. They haven't updated the bracket yet. I want to go up into the other chat and see what's going on with the brackets. If you want to come up there.
Yeah, I'll go up there.
Just random hailstorm next time, I guess. Fire suppression. Then I think we're good. That's it.
Okay.
Are you guys going to update the brackets?
Yes, I'm just about to do that now, where I'm going to have Boatman and Elite bursting off first, but they need to swap sides.
So, Bud, could you pull me a Saron, the stock one, with clip size, zoom, and, you know, the usual stuff, and then hover, fire suppression, and AB tanks. That's a... Yeah, 2 times zoom. It's the highest one.
Do you actually fly and aim with the zoom?
I'm sorry?
Do you actually aim with the zoom?
Yeah.
Fire suppression.
Fire suppression, and then afterburner tanks.
Auto repair.
And, yeah, auto repair and hover.
Okay, got it.
Thanks. Okay.
Can't believe it.
No, if you want, you can give me the half dome camera since it's what I normally fly, but I think I'll do fine with the whatever.
That's someone we know is harasser.
Looks like somebody has the recon drone.
It couldn't be Shackle.
Yeah, it has to be Shackle. Showing off.
Alright guys, I have the next rounds up.
After the match, I'd like to get an interview with the semifinalists and the finalists. If we could just talk about the tournament and things like that. After the tournament ends.
That is really cool.
Botsman, do you want afterburner tanks or pods?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
Yeah, so far so good, guys. The stream has like 80 viewers, so...
So, Callow and Laz, you guys will be versing each other as VS. You just sort each other out. Same with Drezinko and Overkill Gaming. Sorry guys.
Let me know if I did anything wrong.
No, Laz, if you'll check the brackets, it's you and Callow. You guys are both VS, you'll be versing each other. If you guys can sort each other out. Same with you, Drezinko and Overkill Gaming.
Sorry, I didn't set it.
Never mind.
So I gave you hover 3. This is hover 2, right? Or hover 3, but...
Hover 3.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna guys this vehicle right? So give me a minute. You can wobble their aircraft in front of the stream cam, say hi to their friends. And not blow up.
User entered your channel.
So we're gonna start now, idiots?
I don't know. It depends on what Flickery's up to. I think that I'll just wait in her official call.
Alright, well, Elite and Boatman, if you guys are ready, let's get this party rolling. Again, calling out to Drezinko and Overkill, you guys sort each other out with sides. Same with you, Callow and Laz.
So this is the last 2 matches of the round 2, correct?
Yeah, it should be.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna drop down again to cast it.
Okay.
No worries.
Ready?
Channel switched.
So here we have coming up is the last 2 matches of round 2, which it should be Bodman versus, I believe, EdXL. So it'll be VS versus VS. It'll be the first scythe on scythe battle, if I can find him.
So either way, Scythe's gonna win. Damn it.
Yeah, either way, Scythe's gonna win. Can't find
Alright,
these
there they
fools,
go.
Where are they at exactly?
They're just above about 500 meters.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, they started already, so I missed the
Yeah,
first
they've
pass.
started.
They're at the flight ceiling, it looks like, which I think isn't completely going in with the rules, but I guess it doesn't matter. Now, it's curious that they've taken such a long engagement. It's almost at the maximum width of my screen right now, these 2 guys.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're shooting from like 200, 300 meters.
They're going completely vertical with it too. That one guy's staying real low. He's keeping it in the low altitude area. Feel like they're too far away to really be hitting at all.
Yeah, they're closing the gap a little bit.
No one's on smoking, so
Here they are. I think they got a little annoyed with the distance.
yeah. Now they're closing in.
Yeah, Bodman's closing in, but it looks like he's at a disadvantage here, having to turn on his back It's really hard to aim when you're turning on your back like that. At least for me, anyway. Alright,
Yeah,
so-
it's hard to maintain your aim when you're on when you're doing that pitch back
yeah.
for at least for a long-term turn. But it can usually provide a very good opportunity for a short burst of fire.
I don't see much damage. Actually, Eli is trying to get the camera on him. 3/4, and Bodman is.
Should
Well,
see one of them smoking
Yeah,
soon.
no, they're pretty equal. They're both at about 3/4 right now. So they've been missing.
Yeah.
They've been missing a lot, either through their just lack of aim or just the other guy being so maneuverable. But I think it's mostly due to the long distances that they've been shooting at.
Yeah.
So their hits are doing the minimum damage possible, which I don't know how much it is.
At this rate, though, they're probably going to both run out of ammo before anyone gets killed.
Yep.
Wondering if one of them's going to do a charge here.
No, the interesting thing with Scythe on Scythe is I can actually see their health. So Bodman's smoking.
Yeah.
He's at half. Eli is at a little over half. So it's still pretty evenly matched.
It
Oh.
looks like he just fire suppressed there.
Yeah. So
The one that, yeah.
the one that was smoking.
He wasn't even smoking. I guess he's going for the.
Ooh,
He's going in close.
that's to his well, I was gonna say dismay, but
Yeah.
to his
it worked for
downfall.
him. I'm not sure if it saved him, but his fire suppress maybe gave the other guy a false sense of security. But yeah, even the scythes, they have to go in up close to each other to finish their fight.
Yep. Now I believe we're gonna have Elite VS, who was a buy in the first round, going up against Sato TR. I believe. We'll see who pops up and starts hovering. That's not the right guy. That's not the right guy. All these guys are popping up, man. I'm not sure who's fighting. EdXL? Oh, maybe they did a different round. Okay, so they flip flopped it. EdXL versus this is
Field.
What's going on with the brackets? Am I looking at the wrong bracket?
I'm not seeing it in my bracket either. Maybe it's not updated.
Is this a round 3 fight or a round 2 fight?
Not sure. I'm not seeing it. These guys are engaging close range again, though.
Yeah, it's to the advantage of the Reaver. We'll see if you can land the shots, though. I mean, it doesn't matter how close or far you are if you can't land your shots. The Reaver's already smoking.
Yeah, if the Reaver can't land its shots up close, then it's presenting a pretty big target. Doesn't look like he's landing enough shots. The Reaver's already smoking.
Yep. Ah, he's on fire now. He's actually got flames.
Reaver's on fire.
Oh, that's a lot of fire. He's got to just get in there and try and do some damage. I don't know if it's gonna work.
This one.
You start to lose momentum, right? When you're in actual flames, like it drops you.
Yeah. Which could be used to your advantage if you use the descent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He only got EdXL to half though, so EdXL had some hit points to spare. He could take those shots and just be a little more stable and guarantee his own shots.
Yeah, he did good near the end though. I mean, he got the scythe smoking. It looked like it looked like it was a thicker black smoke. So I'm wondering if you actually got him into the critical range there.
No, he only got him about 50%. Looks like.
About okay.
Yeah. It's like as infantry when you peek a corner and somebody's coming at you, but you know you have maybe a second, so you just stand still and go for the headshot, even though you know you're going to get hit. You have the advantage. It's kind of the same thing right there. So I'm not sure what's going to happen now. Let's see what we have up here. I honestly don't know who's fighting. Okay, this is the last match of round 2. I guess the other one was the last match of round 2 too. To complete it, this should be Kalo versus Sato, or Kalo versus CR Amson actually. No, last. I don't know what's going on with the brackets now.
These guys start almost going vertical as well.
Last took a lot of damage. I just took a brief glimpse at his hit points, and he's way under half.
Oh yeah.
He's doing some weird funky maneuver. He's just trying to get distance, but he really exposed himself to a lot of fire. But I don't think the other pilot was able to really capitalize on it.
Yeah, and he took more damage when he tried to get distance there, so
Yeah,
he needs to capitalize on some shots here. He's screwed.
he basically exposed his whole belly right there. It's...
User left your
I mean, it looks like one guy has the advantage, but you never know in these kinds of fights. All it takes is
Yeah.
one good clip. Oh, but he's done. He just closed in for the kill, man. Like a shark went in for
He's
the
going
kill.
close to the ground, and yep, that's the ground
Yep.
again.
I think if you could get some maybe like a half a clip of rotary or whatever into the opponent, it does a lot of damage, especially at a decent range.
Yeah, it does. I'm assuming all these guys are going to be running mag size on.
Oh yeah,
rotaries.
for sure.
So I mean, the default rotaries, they can one mag in ESF with their default magazine capacity. So you add a little bit more to that, and just half a magazine can do anywhere from 50 to 66% damage. And that's kind of what you got to go for if you go for any like charging gambit attacks. You want to hit as much of your magazine as possible. I think we've seen that happen like 2 or 3 times here. It's been a lot of ranged fights though, picking at each other.
Oh shit, we're missing a fight. They're going on, but I don't know what they're using for the bracket. Oh, it's Matty Ace versus Sato. I'm going for Matty here. It looks like a pretty even fight. Nobody's smoking yet. They're staying consistent. They're being patient. Nobody's actually trying to do those aggressive pushes, those desperation pushes.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at it. I think Matty got some more shots off when he went underneath him there.
Yeah, no, he's got the shots now because Sato's he's got some smoke. Yeah. Matty's staying cool as ever. You could tell he's just keeping his distance, staying calm, getting his shots on Sato. He comes in.
Yeah, he's keeping his crosshairs on him the whole time. I noticed Matty's kind of going left and right, and he's not really doing much spinning or anything. So he's definitely going for accuracy over maneuverability.
Yeah, he is. You can tell because he kind of drifts and descends, and he descends in a straight line. But he's offering such a low profile. He only took half health worth of damage, offering such a low profile to the opponent that it's to his advantage. It's just one of those innate advantages at the scythe, I think.
Yeah.
Can you guys think? Okay, this is the new bracket now.
Hey, wake up.
Oh, okay, here we go. So now it's Juzinko versus Overkill Gaming. Okay, good. Do you see the pilots went up? I was looking at the bracket.
No, I didn't see him.
So, okay, here we go. This should be a really interesting match. I'll show my bias and say that I'm rooting for Juzinko here. You can. I don't think you can cast these things without having some kind of bias. It's a very slow pass. Really interesting. Usually the passes that they do are at a higher speed.
Yeah.
But they pass each other pretty slowly.
Yeah, slowly and turned instantly.
Yeah.
And then they go into a medium range here. I think all of our scythe versus scythe engagements have kind of started the same way here. One of them's usually at the top. No, this guy's using rocket pods too.
Yep. But he's getting close with them.
Yeah. The scythe is definitely probably the more rewarding for air-to-air rocket pod use, just because you fire those
at the same
two
time.
rocket pods together at the same time, and they're pretty accurate.
Oh, they're both smoking. Come on, Juice.
Went for a rocket pod there. He fire suppressed there.
Yeah, they're both in the danger zone. I think these both pilots are good enough where nanites aren't going to take an effect here.
Yeah, can't rely on nanites here. I think they've both fire suppressed at this point.
Oh, Juice goes down.
Oh,
maybe
nice.
shooting those rocket pods from such a far distance, worked to his disadvantage here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get in a little closer a couple extra times there.
Maybe come from underneath and try to get those rocket pods into the belly somehow. Here comes another Future Crew pilot, straight versus Red Llama.
This should be a pretty interesting fight.
Yeah, this is one of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 non-scythes left in the tournament. Using his, looks like the pine camel maybe? No, there's some kind of desert camel. The old school camels. This pass was kind of like at a slow speed too. You could tell because it just turned instantly.
Yep.
Very aggressive from both sides. I don't know about those rocket pods, man. What do you think about those future good guys using those rocket pods?
You know, it's another one of those high risk, high reward situations. You're giving up your maneuverability because you don't have as much fuel without the afterburner fuel pods with them. So you really got to be able to hit your target if you want them to pay off. Arguably, they're not too bad in a 1 versus 1 situation like this where you only have that one target to worry about. I don't think any of his rocket pods hit there, so it's been his rotary that's been doing all the damage.
Red Llama's in flames and straights at half health. So you just got, there you go. So you just gotta stay stable and patient, and he'll get the kill.
Yep.
Here goes another Scythe versus Mosquito challenge. It's gonna be Fufu versus Koboom. See you. So only 3 non-Scythe pilots left in the tournament. Here's one of them. Fufu, the name sounds familiar. I think it's like the name of a singer or something. Some electronica singer. I've heard her stuff before. It's pretty good. We're missing his opponent.
I don't see anyone else moving up to meet him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, here's Go Boom. Way off in the distance. Coming in like John Wayne from the desert in the sunset. They've got to make their pass. Maybe they're not going to make a pass. I don't know what's going on here. They have to pass each other. Well, I guess it was like an air handshake, not an actual handshake, but they both agreed on it since they're both shooting. So it's an amicable turn of events here. But we're going to see what's going on. It looks like they're taking shots at medium range, kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, that actually looks right at the max, or maximum distance for the minimum range. Surprised none of them are neither of them are smoking yet.
Yeah, they're really close into each other. I mean, you've got to expect to see some damage coming down now.
Someone's gonna get a good shot off here. Looks like Mosquito's got the first shots. Doesn't look like he hit too many. Mosquito has had better consistent maneuvering, but he went smoking first. Scythe is smoking now too.
Now, when you're just actually the Mosquito's in flames. I'll ask after the match. We'll see what happens. That Mosquito's guy getting close. He doesn't have much time. He's dropping. He's descending. He's trying to hover to fight the descent from the flames. Fufu's a little over a quarter health, and that's it. What I was going to ask is, when you maneuver, do you actually just maneuver then fire, or do you fire while you're maneuvering?
It's honestly, for me, it's a mix. It just completely depends. If I was in a one-on-one situation for this tournament, I'd probably do a little more maneuvering and then firing. Though I would certainly try firing while I'm maneuvering if I'm going for any sort of charge, or if I have the lower altitude and I have to make the other guy nose down to look at me, I'll probably be shooting while I'm maneuvering down, because that's a really good position to be in.
It should be a good fight as Bequ versus Tribal Tattoo. Like I said earlier, Bequ is reportedly one of the favorites to win this whole thing. So we'll have to see how he fights. Does he go in close? Does he stay medium range? It doesn't look like he's one of those long range fighters. He's looking more for maximum effectiveness of his bullets, of his rounds, I should say. I think the more confidence you have, the closer you get, it seems like.
Yeah. Would be interesting to see if any of these guys are using the default nose guns. Most of them use the rotaries. But the default nose guns, they are better at range. They're more accurate and they have a little bit better damage for the range.
Okay, now he's at max range because it didn't matter. The other guy was in flames.
Yeah.
He took almost no hit point health. His hit points were full. I'm trying to get the camera on him. Can't see him. But Bequ's hit points were almost practically full, and he just popped the suppression for no reason. So up next is another Scythe vs Scythe battle. That'll be Stroff vs Elite. I believe.
Just posted the bracket again in the chat for anyone who doesn't have it.
Here's Stroff, and there should be Elite. There we go. So the tournament's actually running pretty orderly. These guys are cooperating. I think everybody wants this to happen.
Yeah.
Pilots love their day in the sun, man. Pilots are like the prima donnas of PlanetSide 2. Oh, that was kind of a pass. It's like one of those daps when you go with your fist to knock fists with somebody else, and they open their hand for you. One of those awkward handshakes.
Awkward start.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now they pass. Here's the handshake.
Alright, now the sides are all forced to kill each other.
Yeah,
No
good.
more picking on NC and TR.
We're gonna see some more Vine death here. The world is right now.
Yep. I'm totally fine with more Vandy dying. So we got another long range duel going out between these two guys here. I have not. No, he's not smoking. Never mind.
Eli's at 3/4 health, or Elite's at 3/4 health, I should say. I keep calling Eli for some reason. And I'm trying to get the health on this guy. Stroff is at full. Plus, he's got fire suppression, so he's a little over full technically. Looks like Stroff's kind of waiting for a shot. He isn't just shooting for no reason. He's kind of waiting for a shot and taking shots that he thinks he could hit. Because you can tell he's maneuvering. He's maneuvering, but he's not shooting all the time like what some of the other guys were in the earlier rounds.
It's very minimal maneuvering from both of them. Looks like he tried moving in a little bit there, and I don't think he got any shots off during that.
Yeah, this is
Alright, now they're close range.
Yep.
Here we go.
They took a page out of Maddie's book.
Fire suppression on one of the sides there. The other one was smoking.
Is it? Now they're about at the max range right now for the damage that the rounds do here.
Yeah.
It's what, like 75 meters, I think, 100 meters, something like that.
I believe with like the mosquito it's 125 meters.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably about the same for the Vortec and Hailstorm, though not too much different. The theme of the rotaries is it's a close range nose gun. Yeah. So. And 125 meters is actually not much distance in the air, so even at the range they're at now, that's probably just barely at the max range they need for minimum damage.
So oh, there we go. Elite got him at the end. I was about to say that Stroff wasn't looking too bad with the time of the match and the fire suppression. He probably was able to enable it two, 3 times maybe, twice at least. But in the end, Elite got some good shots off him. It looked like half a clip straight into his face.
Yeah, fire suppression's actually, I don't know if it's different on test, but I noticed on live, the time between being able to use it once and use it again is now like 40 or 45 seconds. It used to be 25, I think, when fully certed. So that changes things up a bit. You use fire suppression, you can't use it again for almost another minute, whereas you could every about 30 seconds beforehand, so... I'm surprised to see some of these guys using it when they do. Some of these Scythe pilots have used it, when they're still above half health.
I think it's like one of those things where, like in MMOs, if you're getting hit and you have a heal, use it right away, as early as you can in a fight, because that way you get it back again earlier.
Yeah. It's definitely one way to go with it. I'm not sure it's helped anyone who's done it in here. Usually every time that they have fire suppressed early like that, the fight's ended in about 30 seconds. But it's definitely something to consider, a strategy to consider.
So the next round is going to be EdXL versus Kalo. We're down to round 3, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 more competitors left. They're organizing their ladder right now. Here's Kalo. I'm gonna follow him because he's the next one in the round.
All right.
Where are these guys going? Looks like they might be changing their loadouts. I'm not sure what they're doing. They could be changing the loadouts because I just saw another side spawn.
Their loadouts. I think they're gonna start round 3 in a few minutes here.
Yeah.
So a small break.
The biolab looks really cool in that actually. I like the lighting on it. Here's EdXL. So here's the first opponents or the first guys for the next round. EdXL and Kalo. It looks like they're changing out loadouts. I'm kind of curious as to what they're actually changing here.
They might actually be changing to their opponent's preferred loadout just because Scythe versus Scythe, or any ESF fighting same faction, you have to switch planes with your opponent so you don't take grief and you don't get weapons locked.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They're probably pulling a Scythe that their opponent wants, and then they're going to switch them.
Okay.
So each pilot has what they want on their plane.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize that's how it worked. I was actually curious how they were going to handle the grief, especially when you get down to the last rounds. The fights are so so soon after each other that you can get grief locked pretty easily.
Yeah. I guess while we're waiting for this round to start, if anyone in the stream has any questions, we can try answering them real quick.
Yeah, haters your man. If it's ESF questions, I can't answer them. I'll just put that out there.
I've seen you flying around in the Mosquito a little bit on live. Oh, I remember seeing
I practice a lot. I pretty much pull weavers non-stop, or mosquitoes non-stop now. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get better, is just to practice and learn the hard way, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely good to fly solo a little bit, just to help build your main skills, not relying on teammates.
Yeah.
Just so you know what to do when you don't have teammates around. But squad work as an air squad is definitely important and very good to have.
Yeah, I'm usually okay until I run into Prey or like Mitt or somebody like them. And then I'm done, or even Zaps. I pretty much just try and take somebody out before I die. Oh, there should be EdXL right here. Maybe. No. Yeah, it is. Okay, these are the two opponents for the next match. Actually, a really cool looking mosquito here. So you have EdXL and Kalo, the two guys we're looking at up next. I guess they're working out the brackets. They haven't actually formalized the round 3. I'm not sure what's going on here. Because Bequ won, and then Elite won, and I think that's it. So it should be Bequ versus Elite.
Should be. Either way, we're seeing all sides from here on out, as we have been in the last round.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who's going to win. I only really know Matty Ace. Like, I've only really flown against or with Matty Ace. I've only fought Jarko last week in the last tournament. The other pilots I don't really know much about personally.
Yeah, I know Straight, and I know Matty, and that's pretty much it. I don't know anybody else really. Not even sure what server they're from or what outfit. Here we go. We're here. I guess this is essentially what the quarterfinals.
I believe so, yes.
We have Calo and Excel. I'll minimize the UE. Nighttime fighting should be interesting. A little hard to see the sides. They both have Luma Fiber. Another slow speed pass, so they get shots right away on each other.
Kind of gravitated into another medium range fight here.
Yeah.
I didn't see any shots hit off the bat. Alright, now they're closing in. Hopefully it's not too hard to see the smoke at night here.
Yeah, it is actually kind of difficult to see him at all. Without the Luma Fiber and the Dorito on top, it would have been almost impossible.
Yeah.
Trying to get some angles here for you guys to watch. The moon a lot. They're using a lot of the sky to move around. These guys aren't shy about maneuverability at all.
Yeah, I feel mosquitoes were a little less shy about, you know, some insane maneuvering.
EdXL's about to go down. EdXL's going down. He has basically a hair of life left.
Yep.
I'm not sure how Calo's looking, but this guy's looking pretty damaged. He popped his fire suppression because he got some health back, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Actually, they're equal health points. Maybe a quarter of life left on both pilots. Calo and EdXL are going down to the wire here. It's just going to be who can get those last shots off.
It's going to happen right here up close.
Yep.
Unless they...
EdXL has to commit here. He has to commit to something.
Yep, and he's on fire there.
Yeah, he's done.
Very close, very close.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was maybe a second after that EdXL had died that Calo went. But Calo gets the victory.
Very, very close. That was a good fight, though.
Yeah, it was. So up next is Maddie and Overkill Gaming.
Should be another interesting fight.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them. Okay, here's
Wondering
Maddie.
how Maddie's style, if he keeps it the same, is gonna fare for him here.
Well, I mean, if it's been working for him so far, so I don't see why he'd change it. Unless the other guy does the same thing, just more efficiently, maybe.
This is I think this is this Maddie's first scythe?
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, that might change it a little bit, but we'll see. His strategy could still work very well if he does well.
Yeah, I think he's relying on it because he's got super accurate aim. He's just been relying on that so far. He hasn't been forced to maneuver, actually. And he probably makes the other guys nervous because he hits him so often. So he hasn't actually been pushed back against the ropes yet, at all. It's been his fight, you know, pretty much in the first few rounds. He's been he's been dictating the pace of the fight. Another slow turn. So we'll see what happens here. See if Maddie moves a little more. It looks like he is, actually, at the start at least. Neither have really taken much more than, you know, a few scratches on the paint job with a scythe here so far.
Yeah, they've gravitated pretty low pretty quickly here.
Yeah,
but the ground doesn't play into this at all again.
Right, but it's interesting because it does limit maneuverability because you can no longer go down.
Yeah.
Look at the health
So
points.
be hitting each other as much.
Well, Overkill was just smoking, but he popped his fire suppression. Maddie's actually at half health. So Maddie, for the first time in the tournament, is actually facing somebody that's on par, or maybe even better than him. But he's opting for the similar style, not moving too much, just getting shots on, trying to force the opponent into moving into positions that he might not like. I'm trying to get a good angle on these guys. Overkill's smoking pretty bad. Maddie's just... Oh, actually, Overkill's in flames. There he goes. Or look at Maddie's hit points.
There he goes.
Maddie was almost done. Look at his health points.
Yeah,
less than a quarter health. So that was Maddie's toughest match to date. It almost got the He's going back to repair and rearm, I guess.
That was a pretty good fight from both of them there, though. You could both tell they were keeping their cool. They didn't do anything extremely crazy, and they just stuck with what they wanted to do.
Right. I think against really good pilots, if you just get desperate and charge right at them, you're done. Because it's easy for them to drop a clip in your face.
Yeah. Generally, I find it's better to just play to your style, your strengths, instead of trying to make the other guy screw up. It's a lot harder to make the other guy screw up, and it's a lot easier to screw yourself up.
Here we have Fufu, and it'll be a Fufu versus a straight dumping nest. He's the last hope of future crew here. Let's see if he goes with this rocket potty strategy last time. I don't know if it necessarily paid off, but I think if anything, it might have cost him. It could have potentially cost him the match. He probably will though.
I would like to see rocket pods, do something good though. I mean, 2 or 3 hits from the scythe rocket pods, and that's probably about half health.
Oh really? It does that much damage?
Yeah, since it's 6 rockets hitting essentially.
Oh, that's true.
But that's the thing though, is if they miss, then you're missing 2 rockets with 1.
Woo! Straight got. They both pretty much shot. It's like the battle of the Civil War, where they just basically taking shots at each other, staring at each other, because they're both very low here, both under half health. Both the pops fire suppression. They go straight to fire suppression. Hopefully,
both are barely moving, just taking shots up. They're moving close.
Yep.
This is gonna be it.
Straight in flames. He's reloading. He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Fufu escaped with. I'm trying to get his health. It wasn't too bad. About almost half health right there. But I think he enabled fire suppression at the end.
Yeah, so a little under half health. Almost burning, but not quite.
So now we have Elite versus Jar Code, and I believe Bequ is getting a bye into round 4. Bequ? Can't pronounce his name. And that Q sets me, that throws me off. So I'm looking for Elite and Jar Code. 2 more sides. There's Chue, Sato, go boom. There's Shackle. Elite, Notch. Where are these guys at? There's Bequ. Biding his time. Betty Boob or Betty Booty, whatever his name is. Is this one of the matches? Sorry guys, it's very hard with the camera to actually get the names of these people. You have to get an invisible crosshair like right in the middle of their character or whatever it is that they're in.
You're having better luck than me though. I'm sitting here on the airpad trying to spot them, and I'm having a hard time. And then they seem to be render range is like shorter. Like if they go above about 500 meters here, I can't see them anymore from the landing pad.
Oh jeez, that's right, because of rendering. But here we go. Anyway, they're up in the air over the tower.
Yeah, I see them.
they kind of hesitate. Another awkward handshake right there. I think they saw that they were going to ram each other and decided not to.
What is it with the size and being awkward? People are so weird.
The spandex shortens the blood flow to the brains. Here we go. Another slow pass, but they've opted to get some distance and range on each other. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm looking forward to the interview with these guys after the match. So I'm really curious what the thought process is with starting out very far away like this, and forcing the minimum damage on these bullets.
Yeah, especially all sides. It's a little different when you're going up against a plane that's the same as yours.
Yeah, but it's paying off for Elite here because not just at half health he's smoking. Some they know something I don't, obviously. Elite's a little over half, but it's Nosh who's in a lot of trouble here. I can't. Okay, he's at half. He enabled his fire suppressions. These guys are both about equal as far as hit points go. I think the only way I'm able to see these guys is because of the tracers.
Yeah. Still hard to tell if they're actually hitting each other. I mean, they're coming close for sure.
Yeah, Notch is a little under half health. And actually, they're both equal. They're almost at about quarter health each. Fire suppression, there he goes. I'm about to say, it should be coming up pretty soon. Elite pops his fire suppression right away. No hesitation there.
So both should be out of fire suppression. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
I'm expecting one of them to come up close and try to end it.
Yeah, there goes another fire suppression, I believe. Unless it was just a flicker of the lumen fiber. Ooh, and Notch takes out Elite.
That was a fire suppression, and yeah, he took him out good there. Very well timed fire suppression.
He popped it, and then he rotated up. He ascended, and just as he was ascending, it was such a smooth ascent that he's able to get a lot of good shots off on the other guy. I think when you're twisting and turning, it's a little harder to aim, even if you're a good pilot. But those smooth ascents get you in a good position, and you're able to unload a clip on the guy, pretty much like unmolested. I think they make the conscious decision. They say, okay, I can take this much damage, but how much damage can I do? And if I can do more damage than I can take, maybe it's worth it when they're that low. So now for the semifinals, we have Bequ versus Kalo, Maddie versus Jarcode, and then Fufu with the bye. So he's getting a bye into the actual, I guess, semifinal. Would that be?
I guess that would be semifinals. It'll bring it down to 3 people. I don't know if they'll do a round robin or keep it single elimination for that. They basically did single elimination last week. That's why I got a 3rd place in it. It was down to me, Ginger, and Jabbers, and they just had me and Ginger fight. I lost to Ginger, so Ginger won to fight Jabbers. So I never got to actually fight Jabbers. I personally, in that situation where there's like 3 people for the final round there, would do a round robin, you know, whoever beats the other 2 pilots first.
I'm looking for Bequ. I think it's right here. No, he moved. Where are these guys at? Shit, they started and I can't find them. Did you see them go up at all?
No. Flip said they're preparing their loadouts.
Oh, okay.
So
They could be at the biolab. Okay, I see. I was like, oh shit, I missed it.
I agree. Hater is a total scrub.
Nuckbeard, Nuckbeard, Nuck, Nuck, Nuck.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. I got my Nuck beard growing here for November.
I know. I got mine too. I just started actually. Can't find either of these guys. Fuck this rendering range. I wish you could just like temporarily enable like an unlimited rendering range.
Yeah.
Just for test purposes. And then Shackle spawning his half liberator. You see this?
Yeah, I see it. He's always running around in the recon drone too.
Yeah.
If I ever see something weird happening, then I know it's Shackle.
Yeah, it's gotta be Shackle. Okay, I see Bequ. All is well with the world. Here we go. They were off in the distance.
User joined your channel.
Hey, sorry guys to interrupt you, but Betty Poop is running a platoon where almost all of the Vanu pilots are. So if you want to join them.
Okay. They could invite, and just tell them to invite a kidRiot camp. It's just kidRiot cam, CAM.
What? Can you?
kidRiot cam. These guys are going for the medium range engagement again. It looks like. I think it's favored with the sights. It looks like it's as far as the sights go, it's like the optimal engagement because they get some pretty good damage. They're right at the borderline of the. Okay, this is a lot better. Here we go. I should have done this from the start. Yeah, it's a lot easier to see these guys. Cal is hurting though. Bequ's got some good shots off him. Although Bequ himself is almost at half health, but Cal is in a disadvantage.
He's hurting real bad.
Cal, he doesn't have much in the way of hit points left. Let's see if he can stay patient, stay consistent. But he's got to get a little aggressive on this. Looks like he's gonna go down though.
He's
Couple more hits, 3 more hits, 2 more hits, and he's done. Trying to dodge, but in the end, Bequ had the advantage.
Yeah, he's only got another second left before he burns, and he's shot down.
Yep.
I feel if he actually had a little more of an aggressive maneuver at the end there, he could have pulled out one last opportunity for a last shot, but kind of just floated in there.
Yeah, I wonder what these guys are thinking, like when they fight, and say you're at a range where it's maybe not optimal for you. Like, do you force the fight to get closer and try to outmaneuver the guy, and then you get close, or because you obviously can't charge straight at him because with these types of pilots that you're just asking to die.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, like what they do.
It's definitely a risk, just a bigger risk reward. Whatever you do, I would personally do something that is more advantageous to me instead of something that I think would screw up my opponent.
Here's Maddie and Notch going at it. Maddie has the advantage, taking Notch down to half health. You should see a fire suppression coming out here pretty soon if he hasn't done it already.
I have not seen one yet.
Yeah, Maddie's looking pretty sweet at full health. Notch is going down very quickly, so Maddie, obviously has...
And he got a lot of good shots.
Yeah, a lot of good shots. Notch enabled his fire suppression, but
for the
down.
accuracy is paying off pretty good.
Yeah. I think the last match was maybe the closest as far as terms of skill with the aiming. Overkill Gaming had him on his,
yeah,
almost had him. So now let's see how they do this. It should be Fufu versus Maddie. Oh, Fufu versus Bequ. So here we are in the semifinals. It's Bequ versus Fufu with Maddie taking the bye for the final.
And the way it works out, it's actually it's fair that Maddie's getting the bye for this. The other two guys already got a bye.
Yeah, they've already got
as well,
yeah.
So everyone's pretty much.
I'm looking for these guys. Fufu's Bravo 2, which I'll actually typically make pink.
And they all got a bye against other sides, so it's not the most ideal situation or way to do the tournament, but it works, and it's worked out well here. So this will be an interesting final match.
Yep.
2 matches.
It looks like they're getting set up. Fufu's down here, or somewhere down here. Oh, that's elite. I thought it was Fufu. Chule. So the last 3 competitors are Bequ, Fufu, and Maddie. I'm not sure what outfits they're from. I know Maddie bounces around a lot to different servers, so he probably doesn't have like a home outfit.
Yeah, I'm not sure he does have a home outfit. He does play pretty much each faction on almost all the servers, so. And I disagree, Dexter. Watterson is actually the master race.
Okay, so the majority of these guys are actually Cobalt pilots, it turns out. They have a bling outfit, which is Maddie, Bequ, Betty, Boop, and Overkill. So some of the best pilots in this tournament have come from Cobalt for this, or today anyway. I was about to say in the world, but just for today. I'm not sure how I would rank all the ESF pilots, which is actually something I have to do for the All-Star game. So we're going to have to see how it goes.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a thing to put together.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Even I don't know every pilot on every server. I've gotten to meet a lot of different pilots from the different servers, but definitely not all of them. So.
Well, for the All-Star game, to make it easier for myself, I'm gonna make it easy. Rank the top 8 teams. So it'll be like the top 8 teams that either I decide or the community decides, and then we're gonna push. I'm gonna actually draw rosters on each class from those top 8 outfits, and then I'll include like the top 6 or 7 people that are not in those outfits for each class. So it should be pretty interesting.
That'd be a good way to do it. Actually.
Yeah, stat. I was gonna do accuracy and headshots, and actually, stats.thesample.com actually has a weighted measure for that. So they actually have a score for that. It's called the IVI score or something like that. So it made my job a lot easier.
Well, I would make it as long as anything infantry related or headshot related wasn't taken into account. Actually, any accuracy for anything except what's on my ESF. But even that's not too good.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
My rotary accuracy is like, I think 30%. And
because
I spent too much time shooting harassers with it and missing horribly when harassers first came out. Completely destroyed my accuracy stat.
Yeah, a lot of the top guys are pushing 40% accuracy on the rotaries. Here's Bequ. I can't see Fufu. Okay, here we go. So here we go. This is the last match of the semifinal, the first and last match for the semifinal between Bequ and Fufu. See how it goes. Another slow pass. Actually, I'm going to ask him about that too. It's very slow passes. I probably just look at the advantage of range and turning, but they actually turn at the same time. So I'm really curious why they do that.
Yeah.
You figure if you sped past them and got some distance and maybe went up instead of turning around. But these guys know what they're doing a lot better than I do. So.
So far, seeing a lot more maneuvering out of them in this fight.
Yep. But
one of them was already smoking.
Yeah, it looks like they're right at that sweet spot again, though. I mean, these guys probably have it down to a science, knowing exactly how far they have to be.
I think that they just kind of poke at each other a bit before they move in to that minimum or optimum distance.
Fufu is down to a quarter health. He's done. I was about to say Bequ is at full health, man. So yeah, look at his health. I'm trying to get it. I don't even know if he needed to pop fire suppression. He might have at the start. I can't see his. I can't pinpoint his health, but he was at full health when I saw him.
To answer your question, Lemon, as much as I would love to explain why they're doing these things and what to do better, some of that you just gotta ask the pilot who's doing it, and I can't get in these guys' heads that easily. And it's a little hard to do that on the fly because these fights are a little faster. It's better to ask a more specific question, and especially if you want to ask it to the guys who are fighting in these finals here. We'll be interviewing them after, so.
So Maddie and Bequ, I mean, I favored Maddie. I didn't know who Bequ was, but it looks like people's call-outs have been correct in this case, where Bequ and Maddie going into the finals. It looks like they're swapping loadouts. Questions not from me. It's questions for the pilots, guys. This is their day in the sun. So if you have questions, type @kidRiot, and then the question specifically for these pilots, it'll be Bequ, Maddie, Ace, and Fufu. 2 of these pilots are actually from the same outfit, from a Cobalt outfit, an outfit on Cobalt, I should say.
And my advice for any questions you have, try to do something specific. Any broad questions are not going to get you the best answers. Something like, what do you run on your plane all the time? I can almost guarantee you these guys run either a mix of different things. They switch things up every once in a while, even just a couple things. So I would just say get a specific question in, and it's more likely to be answered.
That's a good question, Rocket. I was gonna ask that anyway. So I'm curious myself, why size? I honestly thought more mosquitoes would be in this tournament, or reverse, but it shows how much I know.
Actually, I am surprised that there's this many scythes. Part of it is just the fact that more pilots who prefer the scythe showed up. Because I can see that there's not as many TR and NNC here, and I know there are. I know some TR and NC pilots who.
Oh shit! They're already fighting. I missed the final.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Oh shit! I was spacing out right there. But here you go, Maddie and Bequ. This is the final, guys. This is it. And unfortunately, I missed the first half of it, but these guys are still in pretty good shape. It looks like Maddie and Bequ going at it.
About the same health.
Yeah, about the same health. Bequ's a little under half. Ouch! So Maddie's hovering there at the end, and his aiming didn't work in his favor. I wonder if it's just going to be a best of 1, or is it a best of 3 in this case?
I think it's still single elimination, so that should be it.
Damn, I'm really upset at myself that I missed that. So I think what happened at the end is Maddie went for like an ascent with a hover ascent, But at the same time, Bequ was dropping almost right over him, and he was able to unload a clip into his face, and that was it for Maddie.
Yeah. High risk there. And
Yeah.
it paid off.
I want to go up into the channel and see what these try and get Maddie and all these guys to come down right now.
All right.
Hey, channel switched.
Yeah, coming.
Are you guys doing the best of 3?
User disconnected from your channel.
Yes, we are. Yeah, yes.
User
Okay,
joined your
we'll
channel.
pop back down. But afterwards, I'd like Maddie, Bequ, and Fufu to drop down to flight room 4 so we can do like an interview because people want to ask you guys questions.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
User
Yeah,
left
see you.
your channel switched.
So it's gonna be a best of 3.
Best of 3. Okay. I can answer your question there, Elite Sexor. Pretty much all pilots I know of, yes, they do bind their pitch, at least their pitch keys to mouse buttons for easier access. It allows for whenever you need to turn really fast, you can reach your maximum speed for turning. Some people bind the roll keys to mouse buttons. I personally don't. It's not as essential as pitch.
Binding the roll keys to buttons always felt really awkward to me.
Yeah, I don't like it having roll bounds to any keys. I'm okay with pitch.
I know a lot use the analog throttle, which I think most people aren't aware of, to brake.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people actually know about it, but analog throttle is very useful. It allows you to control your speed, or not necessarily your speed, but you can come to a stop a lot faster and keep yourself in vertical thrust mode more easily.
Here we go, match 2 of the final between Bequ, Maddie, Ace. Bequ's up 1-0, coming in with a really strong finish to the first fight. We have to see what he can do here because Maddie's on the ropes here. Let's see if he changes it up or if he just goes with his proven formula of basically relying on his superior accuracy to take people down.
Yeah, so far they started off with a really close turn.
They're super close right
Kinda
now.
gravitated to
Super
mid-range,
close.
and, yeah, they're back in short range.
But you also got to take into account these guys are in the same outfit, so they probably fly against each other a lot. So they're probably
True.
very aware of how the other pilot works and flies. So I mean,
He fire suppressed over there. Was
Yep.
that Maddie?
uh,
I can't tell which type is which from here.
yeah, I can tell. Ooh, somebody went down. Who just went down? Shit. 5 went down. Maddie. So Bequ takes the win. Sorry, I couldn't see the names in the last round, but it looked like a similar finish to the first match where Maddie just goes into kind of like the stall hover, and as soon as he stops moving, Bequ just rails on him, man.
Yeah, that's definitely the time to take the shot. And he capitalized on that the best he could.
So good game to Bequ for winning the ESF Fight Club.
User was moved to your
We're gonna do a post-match interview with these guys.
channel. User was
Moved
moved
in
to
here.
your channel.
Hey guys, that was some good shit right there.
Hello.
Thank you.
So let's start off with congratulations to Bequ for winning. That was I noticed that the finish, at least in my untrained, undisciplined opinion, was that Maddie would go into like this hover kind of stall, and as soon as he stopped or as soon as he slowed, that's when Bequ like just unloaded on him, and it seemed like a similar finish to both matches. Is that what happened in your eyes? So we'll go with Bequ first. Like how were you able to seal the deal in both matches, both rounds?
Well, we have been doing this quite a lot with Matti, to be honest, so I think Matti was a bit too excited now or something. And yeah, it's quite exciting here too. It's the first time we do these tournaments things, and it's really fun, but yeah, gets your hands shaking.
Yeah, and I noticed in a lot of the guys too, especially in the earlier rounds, you could tell they were nervous because they were shooting at distances where the bullets were probably doing like 2 damage. You know what I mean? And their maneuvering was erratic. But what do you think led to Bequ taking you out in those 2 matches, Maddie?
Well, first of all, he knows me very well, and we've done this I don't know how many hundreds of times. He normally beats me, I would say 7 out of 10, sometimes more, sometimes less. This time he got under me, and that's one of the most important parts of this thing, is that once you are above your opponent, you really can't dodge that well, because your afterburner is going to push you forward.
Right.
That's what happened. He was able to descend better than I did, and he was able to maneuver, and that's what you saw when I was just hovering. There's really not that much I can do. I can get into hover mode. There is some easy maneuvers, but that takes like a second, and I would be dead if I did it anyway. Against Bequ anyway, I would. So yeah, he's the better pilot in this situation between the two of us, and this is no surprise. So yeah, congratulations, Bequ, really nice.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question that was the first thing I noticed, and I'm going to go through each of you guys. Why so many size? Let's start with Bequ.
Well, we are, at least me and Matti, we are usually Mosi pilots, but what we have figured out is that on these 1v1s, the sight is, it's way overpowerful. So that's why we decided to come here with the sight.
Okay, so I'm going to change the question for Fru. What makes the scythe better in a 1v1 situation?
The scythe is thinner, and well, the weapon velocity is very important, I think. That's what I do too. I'm a river pilot myself, even though I fly all 3 ESFs, and well, I switched to the scythe for this competition. Yeah, just the profile, the shape, and the hitbox. That's pretty much the big thing.
Okay. Were you surprised, Maddie, when you showed up and there were so many size, or was it something you expected?
It was more than I expected, but I have covered this a little bit, and I didn't. I mean, a lot of people have talked against it, so I didn't know that it was as common. Like, I don't know if you would call it knowledge or opinions or what you want to call it, but we decided in Bling quite early on to go with sights, and I didn't know that there were so many other people that were going to go with it as well. So no, I was surprised. Yeah.
Okay, and now we have a question from one of the viewers actually, and he was asking, how do you guys practice? I mean, I know you guys jump into a lot of different outfits and ESFs. So, but and as far as like general getting better at flying, like what do you guys do? We'll start with Bequ.
Well, the most important thing about the practice we do is we come here at the PTS and we fight these 1v1s. It sounds like it never happens on live servers, but it does, and it gives you so much capabilities when fighting overall in live servers anyways. So if you just can manage the 1v1s, then you are a really good pilot on 1v1 live servers too, I would say. Yeah.
Is that what you do too, Fru? Like, actually, what outfit are you on, Fru? What outfit are you from?
I'm from Miller Mercenaries. I think I'm the only Miller pilot here, by the way.
Oh, okay. So Mercenaries is the NC outfit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm actually gonna do an all-star game, and one of the outfits we were gonna draw players from was Mercenaries, but I have to talk to your leadership first. But like, how would you like? Do you do the same thing these guys do? Cause I know Maddie in a lot of his videos shows a lot of 1v1s on PTS. He shows a lot of 1v1s even on live servers. Do you do the same thing? Like, is there a community like that on Miller that's very contested as far as pilots, or do you go to other servers to practice?
Sometimes, yeah, I get to the PTS with some friends, but I very much like the 1v1 practice. I think I practiced maybe hundreds of hours less 1v1 than these two guys, and it showed really. They are at a whole other level. I can't. I don't think I can't reach it from just flying on the live servers. Yeah, so I fly mostly on Miller on the live servers, and sometimes I 1v1, but I very much like the practice compared to these guys.
So what do you think, Maddie? Do you think that it's? I know you do. You're pretty much a prolific dueler. Do you think that it's that gave you the advantage today? It's experience or knowledge, or what is it that gave you that allowed you to get to the final?
Yeah, I have the. My opinion is definitely that this kind of practicing, if you don't do it and you play only live, you. I don't see how it's going to be possible to fight at the highest level on this stuff, because it has evolved a lot the last months. There's a lot of new styles that happened. People figure out ways to counter certain people, and you may feel like you do really well on a live server and you're one of the top player, but it's very different when you go against somebody that has a style that you haven't seen before, or when you're actually have to fight somebody that is shooting back really well. So yeah, I don't see how it would be possible to be really good without actually practicing basically exactly what you have seen on the stream. That's how we do it. I mean, the way we practice is no different from these competitions. It's exactly this way. So yeah, that's how we do it, and I believe in it.
Okay, there's a question I'm gonna ask Fufu. Actually, it was directed to you, Fufu. I'm gonna say it word for word. Do you think the Reaver needs rebalancing? How do you play on the public server as a Reaver, and how do you handle your 1v1s in your Reaver?
I think playing on the live server and playing here is extremely different. When I play as a Reaver on the live servers, I can afford to be very aggressive, to rush the enemy, but basically the nose gun, well, the Reaver has a huge has an awesome TTK, but when you're faced in these kinds of hover situations, well, of course the Reaver has the biggest hitbox, and it's pretty hard to compete, really. But on the live servers, playing the Reaver is a whole other playstyle, and I think it's mostly balanced, except for these little 1v1s.
Okay, that makes sense. Now there was something that I was the hater and me were observing, and that was especially when it came down to scythe versus scythe, and this is for Bequ. I noticed that when you guys did your pass, which we were calling the air handshake, that you guys were moving very slowly. That I was expecting not afterburners, but like a full velocity pass to maybe get some distance and range. So I'm really curious why, when you guys did your pass at the initial start of the fight, why was it so slow? So
well, I would say normally you would stop right away. You want to turn as fast as possible, so the speed doesn't really matter. If you fly away first, then the other guy will be turning faster than you, and he will be shooting behind you. That would be a bad thing. So it doesn't really matter how fast you are going, because you will stop right away anyways and turn as fast as you can.
So what was it to your advantage to turn right away? Because I noticed only in one of the matches out of all of them did a pilot actually try and get distance before turning. So was it better to turn right away in a 1v1 situation?
In my opinion, yeah. It's better to turn right away.
Okay, fair enough. This question goes to Maddie. I noticed again that in a lot of, especially the scythe versus scythe fights, I mean, in some of the Reaver and Mosquito fights, some of those guys would get aggressive and try and get in close. But in the scythe versus scythe fights, especially towards the end, that there was like this almost like this sweet spot of distance. We were calling it like a mid-range fight, and I think it was right. I don't know if you guys were consciously doing it, but it looked like you guys were doing it where you were just inside the maximum damage window, so that you were doing full damage, but at the max range possible. Is that what you guys were doing, like consciously, or was it just something that came up like naturally through instinct, or what was the deal with that, Maddie?
To me, it has nothing to do with the distance in terms of damage. Everything that I do in these fights, and I think that goes for most of the players that I've fought, is that it's very important that you keep in hover mode, so that when you press afterburner, you get a strafing upwards thrust instead of moving forward, and that's the whole goal. That's why you see us descend. And the distance, I mean, why we get close to each other and why we get far from each other sometimes, it's not really that much on purpose. You want to be able to dodge while shooting your enemy. That's what you want to do, and the dodging will sometimes move you forward, sometimes move you closer. And honestly, when it comes to number, I'm like the least knowledgeable about statistics in this game. I know nothing about the statistics of any weapon basically, and I don't even know the distance where the damage drop-off is for, I don't think, any weapon in the whole game actually. So it's all about dodging and being able to shoot at the same time for me.
So you're saying it's all about petition and not so much about the numbers?
Yeah, it's all about being able to dodge and shoot at the same time. That's basically what it's all about.
I think it's really interesting that you say you don't know the numbers, because I mean, I'm going to put the footage up on YouTube later, and you're going to be able to tell the distance between the two pilots was almost exactly the same among like 4 or 5 rounds between sides. It was really interesting to watch. Like especially in your last fight versus Bequ, you guys were right at that sweet spot of range, and I don't know why it was happening. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do it for the purpose of maximizing the damage of the gun anyway. So, I guess it happens because of the turns and the speed you have before turning. We end up at that distance normally. So, yeah, to me, it's not because of the damage of the guns in any way.
Oh, okay. Now, Fufu, you did very well in the tournament, but I say going away from the tournament, going back to the live server, is there anything that you're going to change about your play style? Like, are you going to seek out more 1v1s, or what's your plan after the tournament to become a better pilot?
I think I'm going to mostly practice some 1v1 with my friends, but I don't think I will ever be able to reach these guys' levels, mostly because I don't think I've got enough time. Maybe because I'm less talented also. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to change anything. Maybe do some more 1v1 practice, of course, that's the key. But well, you want to have fun too and play on the live servers, so well, I'll just see more 1v1, I guess, a little more.
Okay, so I think that unless you guys have anything else to add, that's gonna wrap it up. Like, do you guys have any last words? We'll start with Bequ.
Well, me and Matti, we play at Cobalt on the Blink Squad outfit, so come there, meet us and fight us anytime. And it was a great tournament. It was wonderfully organized. Thanks for everyone organizing this. I hope we get more of these. And yeah.
Yeah, I believe they do one every Monday on Connery. It might branch out. I don't know what they plan on doing it on any other servers, but it's on Connery every Monday night. So if you're interested, definitely look into it.
Yeah, the time zones don't fit right there. So, but these BTS ones were nice.
Yeah, it's what's like 10 o'clock your time right now, 11 o'clock?
For me it's 2 AM at the moment.
Oh, so Jesus.
Yeah, me too. 2 AM here in France.
Actually, I should have asked Hater. Hater, do you have any questions for these guys?
Nothing you kind of already touched on. I'd probably have a few, but it'd probably take too long, so...
Well, I mean, they're here right now. I mean, we have like a few minutes if you want to ask a question or not. I know you're a pilot yourself, so your questions would be a lot more specific to mine.
Well, I guess the one thing, at least that I was wondering while watching the fights is, even though I know you guys kind of practice, you know, with Scythe v Scythe or Mossy versus Mossy, you know, the same faction ESFs dueling each other, how is that like different for you doing it in this kind of tournament situation where you're forced to go up against same faction ESF like that instead of another one like you might be expecting? I'll start with Maddie.
Well, we accidentally, I think I was part of it, figured this out about a few months ago. I was on Madison and I was playing with a couple of the guys on the Vanu side, and for me that was the first time I noticed it, and after that we have actually been doing that mirror matchup a lot more than going against enemy factions. At least in Bling, we've been doing a lot of Mossy versus Mossy, and now lately also a lot of Scythe versus Scythe. So, but it is a big difference fighting your own faction compared to the enemy faction, especially because the sound that you have when you deal friendly damage, it's a very specific, very irritating sound, I would say. It's the same when you shoot as infantry or in a tank, but without grief, so it's very much more noticeable when you hit your opponent compared to when you fight an enemy. So that sound is very, and also you get that little sign that tells you not to keep firing on your friendly player. So it makes a big difference. It's much more noticeable when you hit, and yeah, it's kind of weird when you go back to not having that sound on the live server or when you fight an opposing faction.
How about you, Bequ?
Yeah, I would say we do. Yeah, like Matti said, we do a lot of mirror matches now. So For me, it doesn't matter that much which one I'm fighting nowadays. At first, when we figured this out, it was, of course, it was hard to fight a Mossy because you didn't really know how to lead on it and everything like that. But now that we have been fighting Mossy versus Mosses and sites versus sites, it all goes, and it was a wonderful thing to find this bug or whatever it is that we can fight same factions, because before that you couldn't really be sure which one of the ESFs is better than the other.
Yeah, definitely. Roughly anything?
Yeah, same thing really. Ever since these two guys discovered the bug, I've been practicing some river matchups, doing some trainings with my outfit, organizing stuff, and yeah, I'm quite used to the river versus river matchup now, but scythe versus scythe was a first one for me, pretty much.
Do you guys think how you approached each fight would have been different if you were all in Reavers or all in Mosquitoes instead of Scythes? Start with Maddie again.
I don't think I would have approached it differently. It would have looked a bit different, I think. And we are a little bit more comfortable with the Mossy in terms of knowing when we are actually in hover mode, because you can see it on the thrusters and the visibility of the site is not as clear, and in the heat of the battle, both me and Bequ, as far as I can tell, we have a tendency to, from time to time, fall out of hover mode a little bit more with the site than with the other two ESFs. So, but I'm not so sure it wouldn't make a big difference. I think overall Bequ would have beaten me in any ESF. That's how it is.
Okay, Bequ.
Yeah, if I hadn't come with the site, I would be here with the Mossy, and with the Mossy it's quite the same, I would say, than the site, the fighting style. Maybe a little bit more dodging and moving than the site, but if I had to use Reaver, then I would probably try to close the gap a bit more and do some more damage there.
And you, Frofro?
Yeah, same thing really. I think river matchups are very interesting because, yeah, rushing is more rewarding, I'd say. And
higher risk reward, I think, because of Vortec.
Yeah, exactly. It's so yeah, maybe river fights would have been different, but I think it would be mostly the same. River, Scythe, and Mosses. It's pretty much the same fighting style, except for a little bit of rushing for the river.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, so kidRiot, unless you got something.
No, I'm pretty much. I know we let Bequ speak his last words, so we'll let Fufu do the same thing. If you want to say anything, to the stream or to these guys on chat right now, to Maddie or Fufu, or I mean to Bequ.
Well, our outfit, mercenaries are recruiting. We're mostly an infantry outfit, but we do have some of the best NC pilots on Miller. And yeah, we're looking for some good fights and some scrims. That's it.
Okay, Maddie, last words.
I want to thank all of you guys for hosting this. Really nice tournament. I hope this happens again. Thanks to all the viewers and all my outfit mates on Cobalt. And big thanks to everyone that I've been dogfighting over the last, I don't know if it's 6 months, something like that. And congratulations, Bequ, for the win. Well earned.
Thank you.
Alright guys, that about wraps it up. I honestly, I was trying to find out who exactly organized this whole thing. I had a message on Reddit, but I didn't get a name. They should have put the name in the Google Doc. So, unfortunately, I can't thank the person who organized all this. I was just called on to cast.
Flick.
It was who?
From Neon. Flick from Neon.
Okay, well, thank you to Flick from Neon for organizing this. And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you very much.